We're live? Hold on. Let me see. Going live. Oh, yep. Here we go. Cool. Alright, guys. So today's July 11th. As you can see in the title, I'm looking back throughout the years because 2 days ago was 5 years since I started working on video games. So my game development journey. Which, if I go over here to content, go all the way down. Jeez, I have a lot of videos. So look at that. My first ever devlog video right here. July 9th, 2020. Which that feels like a long time ago, which it has been. So I thought that today I would go over everything I've done and just show off everything. Yep, streaming software. Yep, that's good. So yeah, okay. So starting off first, we're gonna start. We're gonna do the YouTube, and then we're gonna go all the way. Once we're done with YouTube, I found 2 projects that I uploaded, which we can check those out. And yeah, let's do it.
Just like
Ooh, wow. Okay. Ooh, that's my old laptop. Okay, cool. So, what was this one? What's this? Oh, this was my Portal thing.
gaming here. Today we're making a map for a game I'm creating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Clickteam Fusion 2.5 free edition, which you can only have like 4 frames. So,
You
okay,
know,
definitely.
beforehand, so I'm gonna make something and you're gonna watch me suffer.
Oh, was I making a map? I'm just gonna skip ahead.
Yeah.
Wow, only 17 minutes. Yeah, let's have it.
Yes, this is.
Wait, I remember the setup now. So this is yeah. So my dad just got me this laptop. This was before I was supposed to. This was before I left to spend the weekend at his house. And yeah, okay. So yep.
This is a laptop.
And I remember I had my phone stand. I was using my tablet. I put my tablet on my footstool, like there, there.
Oh, okay, so.
Just learning software.
No.
Yeah.
This is. You wanna see?
I think I did know how to
Over here.
use it.
So we go right here, we type this.
Okay. I have that version of Clickteam Fusion. Um, normal Clickteam Fusion 2.5 full price is $108, or just well, $107.99, but you get it. Is my camera on? No, it's just because. Okay.
99
Wow.
1.18
Jeez.
clickety t is bad frame right here
Wow.
and
Okay, smooth. Did I do
say
anything? I'm just gonna skip
just
ahead.
stay now impose
Oh,
oh
what's
what's
all that
this
art?
yeah, tell me how to import picture
Wow. Okay, so this was definitely my craze for playing Portal. That's for sure. What does apps? TF folder.
just buffer on the
Okay. Crunchyroll, Firefox, Minecraft launcher, Roblox, Steam. What is that Paint app? Hold on, we gotta find that Paint app. We gotta find that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hmm. it's not Microsoft Paint. It was, what was it? Oh, I used it a lot. Why can't I find it? Is it even on Windows 11? I don't think it is. Why is Crit at $14.99 there when I got it for free? That's crazy. Blender. That's crazy. Darn, I don't think I have the art to paint out. Alright, let's continue on.
This free version. You just stay there.
Yeah, oh wow, that's popular subscriber.
And then I go out here. And then
yeah,
I make
that's
a new thing. And then this is going.
always making a white screen.
Alright, well, I'm a water. Needs
What?
curve.
Oh,
Rose.
of course, add the aperture.
Oh,
Was a fan of it.
so that's having a portal phase right now.
Even I admitted it. Jeez.
Inserted. Here's the menu I made, but
Oh.
I could say it goes by two names. Hold on.
Just turns off my light.
Stop.
Turn it off. Wow. I like this stream. That's insane. Oh, now I have to scroll all the way down. Okay, so that was that. Wow. Um. Okay. This is the first thing of Project Cake 1, which that's an old game. Jeez. Okay, so now that's the first video. Testing Inhumane, that's the name of this game from the first devlog. Let's see.
Hey, it's your because I want to talk about. I'm killer. He said.
Sorry, I am impatient.
They've been, but Danny, I hope.
Wow. Okay, so that was pretty. Oh, bro, that's. Okay, yeah, so that's another video. So, okay, third video. Crazy. Okay, what is this? V recorder. At least I was very clear. Okay, I think I wanted to go darker so I could hide it. I forgot I was delusional. Oh, this is Project Cake Wolf. Yep, okay. I remember this. Dang, I don't even remember. It was like two wolves and two puppets during this era. But then I think I started adding more like Balloon Boy and Balloon Girl and whatnot. Holy crap. I wish I wrote down these plans back then. Oh, alright, let's keep going. Also, this is the song in the background. That's soundtrack from the old FNAF fan game Jollibees, which that got taken down by the from the actual in real life Jollibees. Which that's what was the lore? What was the lore of this? I know this takes place after Five Nights at Joshua's. Hmm. Wow. Um. Oh wait. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to remember what I did, and I think the lore of this was there was a murder on the loose, and he wanted revenge, and you played as the same night guard from what eventually later on became Five Nights at Joshua's, which had a separate game, but same universe. And I think I had 3 or 4 games planned for Project Cake Wolf. From 10 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yeah, that sounds pretty typical for like in real life, like evening shifts. Like depending on some jobs. Wow, I like. I think. Yeah, the grading is very good. Oh yeah. I like how I spelled February wrong. February. Jeez. Actually pretty good. Oh yeah, the game jolt. The game jolt. Which actually, funny enough, while you can't find the game, like normally, you can still find the stuff. So, if I'm correct, yes, this is what I had so far back then. So I had like one of each eyes of the character. Okay, there's Cake Wolf, which eventually their Cake Wolf became withered, so is Seth Wolf, which nowadays that makes no sense, and I'm probably just gonna redo everything. There's ooh, I don't remember this one's name. This was a puppet, and this was a female puppet. Male puppet and female puppet. They were brother and sister. Same with the wolves. This is, I think, a ghost, which honestly, that doesn't look that bad. That's the map. Yep, that's the map. I made the Pixel Studio for Pixel Art on Steam. It's very small. You can see how it. I can kind of see how right there on the office is meant to be a hallway that led into there, but they changed. Okay, so here's the trailers. The office. I love how I'm talking about Blender. How I'm looking at the Game Jolt page as we go on for this stuff. Um, wow. So I remember that's a lamp. Yep. So I remember what I was trying to do for this game, since I was still very new to Blender, which I think I did pretty alright modeling. But I wanted to have like a three. No, I wanted something like Five Nights at Candy's, where you could look left and right on your left. So right there, that screen that's up by 3 wires that goes from the ceiling to the floor. That's your cameras, and then on the right there was another panel, and that was maintenance panel. They are maintenance panel. All you had to do, it's kind of like the Return to Phrase 4, where you just look to that side and it would immediately turn on, like the monitor. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's outside the office. You can see the maintenance panel. Why is the table? Oh, it's a folding table. Then here's, yeah, I use spheres. Jeez. Worst mistake. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna get to this part. This is a revamped map. I'm just gonna go chronological. Okay, let's see. So that was connection terminated. Something you have created as a side project.
Hey guys, Josh Cyclone Gaming here. For my game project Cakewolf. Here are, well, private.
This one does not. This. Oh.
You here, then you can watch.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, this was me announcing I was gonna start a little game team. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Not really. But wow. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Can I find the next? Is this next one? Wonder Show Filmora. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Nothing but sketches. I remember this. I don't have the project anymore. I don't have any of the original projects. So Five Nights at Joshua's Five Nights to Remember remake, which I canceled that or just scrapped. Or I just stopped production, which is why I said for when Radiance was announced their version. Well, I'll get into that later. I think I'll tell that story later, but Nothing But Sketches I don't have anymore. Mainly because at the time I was using an Acer Nitro 5 gaming laptop, which yeah, at first it was good, but as you know, computers things like it. I'm gonna be honest. I think all I had to do was clean out the computer, but I didn't. I don't know what exactly happened to it, but for some reason it started blue screening, like come to March, like February, no February 2023. Yeah, my computer kept crashing on me, so eventually it just stopped working. So any files I had, like any like game files of say Project Cake Wolf, um, Five Nights at Joshua's, in the original Five Nights Trapped, when it was just called One Night Trapped, and any game project I've made, like Over the River and whatnot, all of that is lost. Eventually, and I also lost that laptop, so even if I'm to find that laptop and try to get it fixed, I'm not sure where I put it. And I'm being so bluntly honest with everyone. So yeah, that's why I don't have the original products. My computer literally died on me. Okay, okay, that's kind of cool. Is there like a wave effect? Call of Duty reference. Welcome to the Gulag. If you survive, you then you. How many transitions did I use? How many? I know I was using the free version, but geez. Wow. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now. Oh my. Oh, what's this? Sorry, I just got a text message. I'm surprised we're flying through this fastly. So here's the second trailer. Okay, second trailer. Okay, let's. I uploaded it on April Fools. Oh yeah, Team Deck. Yeah, okay, that was stupid of me. That's a literal in-game thing for another FNAF. I like how the shading varies. What what was I thinking here? Oh yeah, I use Microsoft Paint. Trailer 2 coming soon. This is disappointing. What was I never released trailer 2. I stopped working on this game when I lost all the project files because my laptop crashed and I moved to desktop. What was I thinking? Uh, okay. I know I was ambitious. I'll let the video play, but it's like making a business. It's impossible to make your first game amazing. You need to put in a lot of work and whatnot. What was I thinking? Okay, so there's that. So then, okay, okay. Five Nights at Joshua's one announcement trailer. You can make out the words. Okay, here's something funny about this. Project Cake Wolf. I'm pretty sure I thought yes. Okay, so I watched a YouTuber, X-Men 2, no, 7, X-Men 723, I think. Yeah, I think that's new. He used a engine called FNAF Maker, and I said, "Oh yes, I want to make a game." And that's how Project Cake Wolf came to be. And also, Cake Wolf is an obviously like a nod to Cake Bear from the FNAF remake Dormitibus, which back then I didn't know the creator of that game, uh, the FNAF game Dormitibus was he was shunned off the platform. But yeah, but Five Nights at Joshua's one, which ended up becoming 4 chapters, which I somewhat remember those plans. If I'm correct, that I started thinking of that. I wanted to become a video game dev back when I was in second grade, so 2015, and I think I started really thinking about FNAF fan games back spring, like my Easter break, in 2016. So, wow, jeez, only only had to wait 4 years, guys. Let's go. the pieces hid in one game, 3 chapters. Okay, yeah, there was a 4th cycle. Jeez. Wow. Hmm. So that happened. Okay. So that. Wow. And then let's see here. Oh yeah, this was Unity, or was this Unity? Yep. So really much back then, like back in the day, I was a big Persona fan, as well as FNAF. So I love Persona 3 back then. That was my favorite game. I kind of liked 4, 5. I felt like was overhyped, which I still think. Let's see this one. This is also a game. I just have a 3D model of Makoto Yuki from Persona 3 or Minato Arisato. Jeez. And it's laid out like this. Wow. Yeah, wait. I made the bed myself. Wow. Jeez. Then I just showed the outside. Okay. That's the only time I imported an FBX file that I made. um, okay. Oh, this was okay. So this is the start of my dilemma. Me using Unity. Now, there's been a like outside of the devlogs, there's been a lot of video game ideas I had that weren't like FNAF fan games. These like I had like original horror games. But okay, let's see what did I do here? Ooh, wow. No transparency. I made everything in Microsoft Paint, I think. Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay. So this was made in 2019.4.40 F1. Wow. If people could self-text me, that'd be nice. But yeah, so what was I even trying to do in this? Like I threw only how much together and I didn't watch tutorials because I was lazy. Like come on me, what was I thinking? How worse can it get? Slightly menu improvements. I'll admit. Oh my god, people. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back, chat. Anyways, let's see these slight menu improvements made in Unity. Okay, so I added 2 audio sources. That's got rid of the warning at the bottom. The same thing, but I made it in, what was it? Did I make this in a 2D game instead of a 3D game this time? Yeah, let's see. Music, yep. Those are audios. Great. Great, great, great. I did not. Yeah, okay. Jeez. Follow advertisement to follow my FNAF fan game on Games. Wow, okay. Wait a minute.
All my FNAF link is in the description.
Joshua M Games. Joshua makes games, Joshua more games? What was my Okay. So now, since we've looked at Project Capable, I guess okay, wait, hold on, I should explain the rest. Because at this point, I stopped working on the game. So, I eventually changed the map. I'm really trying to remember the history. Changed the map to add, well, the show stage and more characters, and then I changed the office. Okay, but let's see here. Scrap chapter 1, yeah. So I don't have this stuff. Wait. So that's okay. So Joshua Fazwolf, I remember that's what I called the character. He would be at the window. You had to shine your light at him. There's him on the stage, and jeez. Okay, so I only had. So this is one of the teasers. Here's another one. Then here's a wither down chart that would be literally like there's a door in this teaser right here where my mouse is. There's a door, and that's where this character would be, even though it's a supply closet. That makes so much sense, me.
Because in it actually looks kind of good.
Yeah, that's still. I remember. I know why. I like that teaser because I somehow did this effect where I went to go make it, I think, darker or brighter, and I did that. I'm not sure how, but shout out to Microsoft Paint, I guess.
So you can follow it. Thank you.
At least I was nice and said thank you. Okay, so that's that. Oh, is this? I saw these frames on my phone, like saved to my phone, I think. Faz Wolf Entertainment. That sounds original. Okay, so all this takes place in. So before, I think this is. Yeah, this is after the chapter. So Finance of Joshua's one would be so big. But there was a third game. I don't remember the second game. Okay, that's a lie. I now remember it. But it's like FNAF 2, but weird. Like a weird version of the FNAF 2 map. Um, then there's. I didn't realize I had a. I now realizing just right there's a dent in the character. I don't think I meant to make that, but okay. But continuing, I think this. Yeah, Dynasty Joshua's chapter 1. But this takes place in the third game. Wow. Remove the top hat, okay. Mm-hmm. Remove the head. That is so odd looking. Like, I could see what I was trying to do, trying to make it look natural. Like, say, oh yes, that's a shell around the head to hold up the head, so it doesn't like fall or whatnot. But just looks so wonky. Remove the bow tie. Okay. The bottom jaw. Press the button underneath the bottom the jaw. It's just the jaw. Why'd I put bottom? To release the torso. Huh. I know I didn't really make an endoskeleton in these models, but that is ugh, that's bad. What? Okay, that was kind of good. Yep. I forget what font that is that I use for my logo. Good job, me. Well, that was a fever dream. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Anyways, yes, speed 3D model, speed 3D modeling, like speed art. I could tell I was going to use this tablet model because in the background, in like the screen since it was glass, you can see the Joshua Fastwolf model just in its reflection. Which yeah, that's fun. I'm not gonna show that. I'm not even gonna show the live streams of me working on the models because well, that would take too long, and I don't really want this to be long. Okay, let's see. Oh, so now I moved the game to Clickteam Fusion. So this is when I bought Clickteam. I spent $150 of birthday money that I saved to buy Steam cards because I didn't have a bank card. I think, yeah, wait, no, I was of age, so I was six. So I just turned 16, and I bought a Steam cards because I have Clickteam Fusion through Steam. Makes life easy. I don't like how I didn't change any of the actives' names. And the backgrounds are white when I can change it. What was I? Jeez. At least I learned about the size because I actually found two of the games, which I'll show off soon. Anyways, let's see. Application run. Oh, this looks good, honestly. The text looks good. Okay. Got it. Now, if I'm correct, hold on. I need to find the. Nope, not there. There it is. I think this is. Nope, this is a later build. Never mind. There we go. Oh, we gotta see. I gotta show this. I gotta show this build. This is a Project Cake Roof 1 Script Rebirth build. Let's continue. Title screens at first. Alright, let's see. What am I working with? Why are they that big? Wait, 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 hold on. Oh no, this is all one layer? Yeah, okay. You can tell there's a difference because back then this was 1600 by 720. Hmm. Let's see what happens. Oop, come on, get off my screen. I can't alt enter. I had to click. Wow. This is so great. So this is the original Project Cake Wolf. So fun. I can't believe I actually made that. Alright, so now that's out of the way. That was this, so now we got the animation test. I made this in Clickteam. Okay. Well, if this is an animation test, we gotta try the game. The only game I still have up. Okay, I have to admit, I love making this room. Even though the party hats are actually a lot of the stuff I used were assets. I didn't make these. The floors I made in like pixel art, but then like the lamps, either I made them myself or I took them. But the stage props I definitely took off Sketchfab, and the party hats were as well. And yeah, and also the tables. I made the chairs myself and made the entire room, and wow, jeez. Can't do anything. I wonder how much did I have transition? Yep, yep, that makes sense. So I had a night. So I had the intro, warning, menu, the night select. So if you press continue, you'd have a night select. What is that? Oh, okay. That's hard to see, but there's the character. There's the Joshua Fastball character. I like how back then I sucked at making animations. I I can do better now. I'm not the best. Yep. I think was that all just I think it was this wasn't a video, which I now know you can do in collecting, but it was an active. Hold on, we're gonna go back. Yes, it's just one singular active. And it just, oh my. No, 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 no. Oh no, that's okay, so here's another. Okay, so here's a different game. Over the River. Don't. Nope, I didn't. No, this game's scrapped. Yeah, nothing more was done with it. Okay, let's see. Unity 21.3.51. Yep, okay. I'm pretty sure I just made this literally one. Yes, okay, so the bottom it says 1024. I just said, you know what? Where are you? Um, that's, oh no. This game I'm making in Unity 21.3. Oh, it's full of mystery as gang wars rivals the world and you find yourself in the Borderlands. I think I meant to spell Borderlands, where it's all forced. Oh, I remember. I when I was planning when I was laying out when I was planning the forest because you woke up. The start of the game was in the middle of the forest, which I remember. Uh, if you wandered into the woods, like if you strayed off the path, like you'd be instantly like at some point you'd be in your character would you would instantly get game over like a game over. And it says you were spotted and I don't think I gave like a definitive answer. I was either saying like, "Oh yes, a sniper got you," or "You were attacked, like ambushed." But yeah, if I'm correct, yep, I made this all with one cube using Pro Builder. I have 2 point lights. Oh, if I'm correct, that plane has an invisible texture. As yeah, okay. But all I did was make a simple map and watch a Bracky's first-person movement tutorial. That's all I did. Wow. Okay, small overhaul. Okay, so now we're going back to this. That one was. Wait, this is the version I showed off. Wait, okay, so this is February 1st, 2023. Let's see it. Small overhaul video. So let's see. I think I restored from the ground up. So Joshua chapter 1 by logo, warning screen menu. Okay, so I had all this stuff. Okay. I think that's the last time I worked on that game. Because right here it goes to what's now Five Nights Trapped. Okay, wait. It's March 22nd. Okay. At this point, between the last video, the video we just watched, so between small redesign in the announcement, so this is February 1st, then this is Five Nights Trapped, which is the current game I'm working on. Funny enough, I do remember why Five Nights Trapped was made, since it's the game I'm working on, and it's been through a lot of changes. Mainly because, like, so the story is, did I mention this earlier? I don't remember. But what happened was, the story is, I started at like, some random Saturday. I just made what is now the Five Nights Trapped office, but I made, like, its original look. And I even made like the original. It's like, hold on, let's see if I can. I don't have the original renders. I don't think. Let me check. I don't. Dang. Okay, but what happened was between these two videos, I made Finite Strap, which don't think I know there is a picture, a Discord server. However, after making that office, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna make a test game for Clickteam. It's gonna be a One Night Trapped," but that never ended up happening. If we look at the history of Above the Grave of Finite Strapped, which I might change the title, just remove that part. Let's see. March 20, 2023. Let's see. I have to go all the way down. Yes. Okay, yeah, there's nothing here. It's on my profile? Yes, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, this is the original office right here. Wow, this. Okay, hold on. Alright, so this is before Finance and Josh was. So this may have been earlier. Wait. Okay, so this is definitely, Jeez, bless you. My cat scared me. Okay, yeah, this is the original. What I made in that one day. And I use 3D perspective, which I still technically do, like 360 perspective, which I still do for the game. So this had to be. Um, yeah, okay. I wish you could see like what the day was. Oh well. But so this had to be 2022. I thought I was working on the game since February. I guess I'm wrong, guys. Happy holidays. Okay, so yeah. Oh dang. Chris Atwood. Oh, the fun guy. But yeah. Wow. So I was. This New Year's resolution never. Well, technically it did happen, kind of. I don't use. And. Oh, this post is kind of comedic. Should I use slash learn Unreal Engine or keep using Unity? I stopped using Unity this year. I've if I'm making a 3D like first person game or anything like that, I'm going to be using Unreal Engine 5.6 now because I know that better than Unity. Let's see. Okay, so I started working back in December 2022. Jeez, okay. Oh yeah, here's the original office. It's transparent, as you can see, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of changes that's happened. And from if I go to open OBS, what happened? OBS? Oh dear, OBS is getting funky. But just like Project Cakewolf of Finance of Joshua's Chapter 1, I lost all the files because I was using a gaming laptop. That's what I started on. And it after years of doing hard work, so almost 3 years, ceased to stop working. Like it would either lose screen or to like turn on, but it would be very laggy. I'm not sure what happened to it because I didn't have a lot on it. I had a lot of games and a lot of files for like making games, but it was just laggy. And now as I've gone older and used a desktop computer, I've realized that gaming laptops you have to find the right one, which I've soon known better because gaming laptops, yeah, they drain your battery, and I kept mine on my battery for like 24/7, which that probably could have caused it, but I lost that laptop. I'm not sure where that is nowadays, but yeah, I just use desktop, and if I really have to use a laptop, I have a MacBook, so I can just use that. But yeah, not not canon to the Fast Wolf universe yet. Well, I don't even work on that game anymore. I thought maybe I would just go back to it, but I think Finite Shrub is under the Five Nights series, and that has a pretty big story. I think I'm just gonna keep it as it is. I mean, yeah, I'm constantly working on it because the second game I'm still unsure on what I'm gonna do. Besides, like it going to be FNAF 4 gameplay, but yeah. When is my stream still going? Just yeah. But yeah, it's just hmm. So yeah. Uh, now funny enough, I know my dad got me that laptop, but when he gave me that laptop, he told me if this laptop breaks, he would be beyond furious. I'm still too scared to tell him that it that it just stopped work. That it sorry, I am bad at speaking. I'm just very scared to tell him that my laptop literally stopped working, and then eventually I forgot about it, and I'm not sure where it is now. So yeah, but it is a great caveat to why I started working on this stuff in the first place, which I'm happy about. I really am. So yeah. Anyways, let's see this. And that's enough story. Let's see this announcement trailer, which I don't. No, I don't use that one. Okay. That was very fast. That well, I'm huh.
Switch.
Yeah, I'm just speechless at that one. Ooh, yep. Okay. What was I doing here? March. Oh, it's because I got accepted. Okay. I graduated from a career tech school for mobile app development, but now it's app and sim, so technically I have experience in Unity and whatnot. I said, you know what? Learning Python sounds fun. This is the only thing I did in Python. Okay, now let's see, what is this? Version 0.0.1 showcase. Yeah, okay, I'm not sure. There we go. Oh, one loading. Yep, This is the April Fool's joke. I should have known better. How do I delete that? How do I delete that? I'm joking. I am joking. I'm keeping that up. I'm not proud of it, but I'm proud of it. Alright, let's see this. Oh, how many things? Let's see. Extras, credits, settings. Wow. Okay, this isn't too bad. Just have the title be in the render. Okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, it got cut off. It says loading right there. Yep, pretty standard. Oh yeah, I had a flashlight, which is this is great. That's just so fun. Okay, so now this is before school started. Let's see what happened here. What did I do here? Okay, black and white. Yeah, that makes sense. Hmm. Okay, I remember this. Every time I changed this frame, just it was the same render for the longest of times. This monitor, where it shows finest shot, that's just for the title. This side, the right monitor, was either going. I at first was going to be for credits, but then it was going to be for it was going to display like the stars you get for beating the game. And yeah, but let's see what else they do. Nope, bonus content. Okay, your render's not fine. Okay, yeah, yes, I made a 180. Then you're gonna have, and then yeah, I was gonna have the player turn around. That's the original fan. That's still in the render. That's in that phone. Okay, yeah. So you're gonna turn around. Yep. But now this is where the game takes place, where you have the window to your left, the fan in front of you, and the door to your right. Yeah. This is hallway 1. Storage room. Okay. So before this was a break area, like a break room area. This was part of hallway 1. So this frame, and this is, well, and it was originally called storage area or storage corner. Yeah, storage area. And I changed it last year, yeah. He's so small. Why is he so small, bro? That's I swear I've redone that character so many times. It scares me. Okay, so that. Then cut to November. Jeez. Okay. Linear. Funny enough, Linear is now Horror Eternus, the game I'm working on in Unreal Engine. I was working on it in Unity, but then switched to Unreal Engine. Well, I have this maze. Yes. Let's see, what's this? Yeah, I've made one map out of 20. Oh yeah, it's gonna have 10 levels, then you would constantly keep having to wake up. Oh jeez. I love how I've changed the lore of this because it was just sleep paralysis. That's how I describe it, sleep paralysis. Why is the walls glossy with the flash? Ugh. Stop that wall. This surprises me. Hmm. Let's see. Where do I go now? The giant pit. Yep. I did show off that I had a literal area at the ending. It's just a giant white light. Oh, I just jumped in. Funny enough, when when linear was still linear and not horror Turnus, the idea was if you, which is still the idea when I add this map at some point, was that if you fell, you would go back, you would just fall back to the player spawn. You wouldn't die. But I wanted to give the idea that you couldn't escape. This place is an infinite loop. But now it's just this game, but this is the opening. But in this video, it shows the opening level. Oh wow, Showdown Fever. Alright, this is another game I'm secretly working on, but I'm not going to show off because I have nothing to show off. But Showdown Fever. This is the demo I made, which is technically, yeah, okay. Showdown Fever was never Showdown Fever. I'm still working on the game. I'm trying to learn Game Maker Studio 2 just so I can make the game. Showdown Fever was originally called Techno Rise. It was a fan game that I was going to make for Technoblade. However, shortly after I started working on the game, Technoblade passed away. Eventually, so everything that was all on my old laptops. So basically, everything I've done, I've had to redo from. I don't have that stuff. However, Showdown Fever is now technically it's now its own game. And yes, I didn't have much for Techno Rise. It's just few odd things, like maybe like one scene in a title. I had the title made, and I was trying to make a design for the character, which was Technoblade, but that all got scrapped. However, now Showdown Fever is its own game. Yes, it goes off basically what I had, but it's more original, meant to be its own thing. Which technically, now thinking about it, Tech Showdown Fever, which was Techno Rise, was based off. I was trying to think of a cowboy game, and then now that cowboy game is Showdown Fever. But I thought that was an interesting lore bit I have to share with you guys. Let's see, what am I doing? I'm just moving left and right because there's no collisions. Yep, I shelved the code. Yep. Okay. Oh, this is great. This is my Unity hub. I'm pretty sure looks more messy than this now. So there's linear. Then there's Undaunted, which is another game, but it'll come later. It's more of a text-based Dungeons and Dragons game. Fear of the Unknown. That is a that's what I call it because I actually that is an in real life fear I have where I fear the unknown. And basically, this Unity project is a tech demo I made. The entire idea of it is to test level design that can throw you off that where anything can happen and you wouldn't know. Or you'd see it, but for a split second. That's fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown and linear are the two and only games that make Horror Eternus. And it's basically just the caveat that the two I put together just to make it. So I could have like something that could teach me level design, better level design. But I thought that would be important to note, since that's also technically a part of this history lesson. Let's see. Oh yeah, and there was two versions. There's the 2D game version and there's the 3D. Here's the 3D. Rambling Rambly. I should explain that text. Indigo Park came out. I was going to make a video, but I don't think I ever did upload that video. But yeah, I'm not sure what I was trying to just show off here. Just I was trying to. Okay, yep. So like, here's our 2D section. The idea was I would explain that side part. I didn't want to let the players think, but I think this is like a top down where you'd see like one corner. Yep. Got it. Yep. This is the 2D part, yep. Okay. That's Showdown Fever. Now this is this is where I start making progress. Let's see it. Five Nights Trapped, we're back. Click to okay, there's audio. Haven't seen okay. I remember this era. So this was last summer. This came So this office has gone through a lot of renditions. Now I have one that works in Clickteam. I won't say anything about Finance Trap, but I'm considering moving it to Game Maker Studio 2 just to learn the engine and make the game more content rich because Clickteam Fusion has a memory limit. However, this is when so I'm gonna have to learn Game Maker Studio 2, which that's not difficult. It's rigorous, yes, but I'll be fine. However, this is when I watched a tutorial to make hybrid view scrolling from Five Nights at Candy's Remastered. However, at some point, I remade the entire office, like the entire frame on Clickteam for the offices. And I've remade all the frames and whatnot multiple times. Like bug free, I wanted to make sense to me, it'd be perfect for the player. So yeah, so that was I don't remember. So this is wow. Okay, so this is the video I referred to this video. However, I'm not gonna take it down because it's a way to do it, but it's not a good solution because it messes with like your mouse clicks, so you have to do this long, tedious, roundabout way just to interact with things. Even like cameras and whatnot, it wouldn't work. So yeah, that's why I restarted. Alright, so now we're getting to earlier this year. Let's see what I did here. Okay, so this is where I got new audio because the guy that's helping me with the soundtrack, because I can't do music for crap, he made this for me. I said, yeah. He was like, the lore, blah blah blah, which the lore still stands. Not the when I first started making this game, but don't digress. Jeez, people. So I had the controlled shock there. That's one of the mechanics in Finance Trapped. It wouldn't work because of the view scrolling. I didn't figure that out till earlier, like a few months ago. So that's all to show off. So now we move to Horror Eternus. When I made it in Unity. Had a VHS filter and everything. Yeah, I went pretty fast. So here's something odd about why I stopped using Unity. You can see in the top left, WASD, mouse to look, flashlight F, and shift to run. For some odd reason, when I added the run mechanic, now I do something where I test the game. I always test my games. I uh, make a like I build them, and I'll go into the project and I'll just open the game project, see how it is, like what the players can see, because sometimes, and yeah, sometimes there would be stuff that doesn't work for some odd reason. My mouse sensitivity is pretty high when it does this, like pretty normal. But if I go and open like the game itself, and I try to look, the the mouse movement was too fast, or it was too slow. I don't remember. But more of the story is that happened, but it was coincidentally right as I added the run mechanic, which I don't think I show off because that was pretty, uh, like it worked, but it felt, but I think it messed with like the movement speed and whatnot that I have set, and the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when I added a crouch, it wouldn't work. So yeah, that's why I use. Now I'm more happy that I use Unreal Engine. I'm having much more fun, and but yeah, it was just something. Yeah, I swear this layout doesn't make sense, but to me, I was trying to make an apartment. But yeah, and also, what's nice about Unreal Engine is this filter effect that's in Unity. You have people recommend using assets. That's most tutorials. Oh yes, here's assets. Unreal Engine. Oh yeah, this is how you code it. Make it yourself. Next level. That is just so much better. That's why I like it so much. But yeah, as you can see, this is my favorite part. Just having that. The door was closed. Yep. But yeah, I quite literally just stopped just to do that. And now we have this and that. Um, let's see. Probably gonna have to turn off like, oh, would it be desktop audio? Yeah. Let's see, will that work? I'm not sure. Actually, I can just show off Horror Turnus and mute the audio. I mean, there is no audio, I don't think. The only time using audio. Let's see. Okay, it's pretty delayed here, but it's on time when you're playing the game. There's the basement. I'm gonna be honest. When I made this in 5.4, I upgraded the project recently to 5.6 when that released. They changed the bloom on this. Like Godways, like if you look at the window, you can actually see like the sun, which I like. Oh, you can hop on there. Yeah, but there's a lot of things I'm constantly changing here, which that is super nice. Oh yes, that's basically my favorite perspective. I'll just go in and take a in-game screenshot through the editor, and it looks so good. Got the squid, the inverting squid plush. Wow. Yep. I like how I pretended to open the door. Gameplay tags in Unreal Engine. Alright, let's see. Will this stay muted? Yes. So I made that this uploaded that May 12th. So I uploaded that Monday night. I showed people before then. No, I finished editing and then showed it off the next day. But I worked on it from May 3rd all the way to May 12th. Wait, no. Sorry. Was it? I think it was, yeah, it was May 2nd. Sorry, guys. Yeah, May 2nd all the way to May 12th. So that's 10 days. Wow. Let's see this. And of course, I won't play the audio because it's copyrighted, but you can watch the trailer. Yep. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very happy with what I've done. Like, I'm proud of this game that I'm still working on. Which, like I said earlier, I'm going to be working on it in Game Maker Studio 2 now. Just so I can have more content and whatnot. I have more control of what I'm doing. Oh yeah, here's... Yep. If I'm correct, I don't use volume in the office anymore because I like full transfer. Oh yeah, this withered Toothless the Wolf model. Yeah, that's the character, Toothless the Wolf, and he's withered. There's a lot of things. This is the first character I've rigged that actually works. And I actually gone back recently and remodeled him because personally I'm not a big fan of how, like, his vest. That makes sense. But I'm not sure why I'm wrinkling his like in literal body. Like something that's meant to be a hard plastic. I'm not sure why I'm wrinkling that. So I've gone back and now he looks more natural. Yes, there are differences and stuff, like the wires or whatnot, like there's new things. But I'm in also on this old model, the neck I never changed the length of the neck. So at the end of the credits, he just looks like a giraffe. But I changed that recently. So yeah, basically I redid him, made things look more natural, much better. So that's the TLDR. I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna have voice acting in this trailer because I am majorly inspired by there's Five Nights at Candy's, the series by Email Mako. There's Together Again, a Dick Van Lynn story by my Heisenberg or Sir Mephisto. Sir Mephisto, which I'm excited to see the Magic Hour, his next game, the Magic Hour, to come out because that FNAF game looks very promising and I'm excited. But inspired by Together Again's like first trailer and the game, but you can obviously see that I use a lot of similar things like having some text, some letters or text like red, while the rest is white. I like I like that, which is why I use it. However, instead of at this blackout, I was gonna voice act and do this, like say you shouldn't have come here. But honestly, in my opinion, I use a. Now I'm a big fan of Audio Technicas, my favorite brand of headphones and microphones and whatnot. I'm honestly trying to get a studio microphone that they have. Just clamp it to my desk and so I can have a better mic quality. So when I do the voice acting for my games, I don't like have to use my headset mic, which I will hope that sounds way better. And yeah, so I'm not sure if I like having the like the text here, but I think it makes it look good. Then here we are. We have the parts and service room, which I've never shown off really, but I'm proud of it. And it's also the reason why I have I'm going to do a camera light mechanic in the game like FNAF 2, which will have some implications, but I won't show that off yet. There's the breaker room, which one thing about this, every map I've made, I was very lazy making this room. This is the breaker room, where it has like servers and generators. You're not gonna see a lot, but along like you can see the back wall and this wall. There's supposed to be the window to the office window. But I didn't add it in because, truthfully, no one's gonna see it. And the reason why I don't have the camera on the other side, like rotated to hide it, is because in most of my models, actually no, in most of my models, so the break room, I have a hole cut in the hallway walls. Like I purposely angle the cameras the way I want it, and I sometimes cut models so I can have a so I don't have them like in the camera frame. And it's mainly because blenders like cameras, yeah, like when I'm doing a perspective camera, it looks more zoomed in, which I don't like because it also means I have to move things around, which I don't want to do. So I just say, you know what? I'm just going to cut a hole in this wall, and yeah. And the only room I don't do this in, even though break area, the break area and the hallway are connected, which you can see in this next clip, which this is the break area, but right along this wall up here, now as you can see, the break area goes to hallway 1. This is the only like 2 cameras that's connected. All the other models are separated. However, on this wall and the wall over there, I just extruded a face where I cut, and then after recording this, after rendering all of this, since I've gone back to change things, I've just deleted the faces to have the camera be visible so the camera can see. And that's literally the literal magic I do for this camera. As you can see, here's Toothless. You can tell he has a long neck because you can see the bottom of his body. And there's some very odd wires. So yeah. Now this, I'm gonna be honest, I might be changing the title. I'm not sure if I keep or remove above the grave because it kind of it primarily has what I'm trying to say is primarily it references what's going to happen the in a future installment of the series. So yeah, I don't like how I didn't have that go all the way higher, but oh well. Oops. So we're gonna keep that mute. And then yeah, this is the new toothless model. This is the one I made new. And making a withered animatronic is quite difficult. But yeah. I think the only regret I have is I deleted the paths. So I can't change the wires. They are stuck as they are. I'm not happy with myself on that. But oh well. Because frankly no one's gonna see this character in this like the it's actually quite hidden from what I try to do. So yeah. But here's just me having fun because I partially so the reason why I now model my characters when you're making when you're rigging things like making things work it takes precision, I'd say. Yeah. So back then I thought, oh, I can just put all my armatures here and then blah blah blah, do this, do that, and bam, it's done. However, I would always get tearing, like parts that weren't supposed to move would move. So what you have to do when you're making animatronics like this is you just select each part that you want to move with what joint, like armature, like and then you select the bones, and then you go into pose mode, and you select the bone you want to do, and you do Control P and say bone, because and you also have to like set offsets. So when say like the arms, how I do is I each finger bone is connected to the main hand bone, and the hand bone is connected to the upper arm. However, I also make a second offset where the upper arm is affected by this bone, the lower arm. And each tip of like fingertips are connected to their respective like finger, like where it connects to the main hand. Then like each arm and that uh, and the neck connects to the torso. And also the head is connected to the neck. And it's the same system with the legs. It's just the exact same but with less bones. And that's just to make offsets. And then after all the offsets work, that's when I start like I'll just go bam, just select all of it. And yeah. And this video is just me having just making a little fun out of the character. But yeah, I was listening to ABBA while I was just playing music while I worked. And I think I left a Discord call when I thought about doing this. And yeah, So basically, that's all of 5 years. There's not a lot to show because like I said, lost the data, but that is all the renders, all the things I've done. That is just, and which is insane to say that I've been doing this for 5 years now. Because personally, a lot has happened, and I've done a lot more, or I've tried to, but I've really stepped up and am really trying to do stuff. Like learn Unreal Engine 5, learn Game Maker, and yeah. And honestly, I'm quite proud with what I've done. So yeah, I think that's everything, guys. That's 5 years, and I'm wondering what'll happen. And I'll make another one of these live streams in another 5 years, but next time on the day, hopefully. Hold on. If I started 2020, we're gonna. So the next stream. Oh yes. Who's ready for the? Oh, I'm trying to get there. Wow. Okay, so Tuesday, July 9th, 2030 will mark 10 years of me starting my journey in making video games. That's insane that it's already been half a decade and it's been 5 years in 2 days. But yeah, thank y'all for watching the stream, and hopefully I have Five Nights Trapped released before 10 years, before the 10-year mark, which